a question that we asked on Twitter.
Okay.
You've seen rumors flying around about Antonio Brown. He requested a trade, was it last week? Or 2 weeks ago, and we knew the marriage was falling apart in the get-go.
Right.
And a lot of Bears writers are writing that the Bears are a possibility. Now, how could you turn down a number one wide receiver? So I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, we do have A-Rob. Antonio Brown's better. We know this.
Right.
I decided to run a poll, dude.
Okay.
So in this poll, I'm going to pull up, the poll is still active.
Sure.
But I'm going to pull up the votes on this, and 637 votes with 14 hours left for this. I put, all right, Bears fans, do you want Antonio Brown on this team? If so, what would you give up for him? If not, why? Vote and let me know down below. First option, hell yeah, you idiot. Because you'd think everybody would want a number one wide receiver, or you'd think that. Option
Fair
2,
enough.
hell no, he's an ass. Juice, I was surprised by how wide the margin was.
Yeah.
It is 74% hell no, he is an ass, to 26% hell yeah.
You
so
forgot
74%
the
of people
third
don't want him.
option on that, though.
What's that?
And I watched this, and then I watched his interview, and I looked at him, and I'm like, the third option should be, yes, but he's got to get rid of that terrible haircut and that blonde bullshit he's got going with the beard. Because he looks weird as hell, man.
He looked like an idiot.
He looks
like a man.
He looks like he's losing it.
He looked like a man.
And that
Looks like Dennis Rodman in football.
See, this is my argument with the whole thing. Like, I love Antonio Brown, and I would love him in a Bears uniform. I'd be stupid. You're stupid if you don't think so. But this is the three things that really negate and make. This is why I said no. I actually voted in your poll. I said no. If we get him, there's a limited amount of cap space to fill the slots that we actually need. I mean, let's face it. Regardless if they just decide to bring Amos back, they're going to need a safety. They're going to need another nickel corner. And it's a limited amount of draft picks. And to me, the draft capital that you have is so precious right now that if you do end up giving up like a third or next year's first, let's say that's like the price tag on it. Because who knows? Because honestly, I think the idea of this whole thing is to have... I think a lot of teams are just saying, yeah, I'm going to give an offer, but I don't want to offer too much. Because there's the thing you're going to have to re-sign him, plus he's already like labeled a cancer. So that's the second reason. So the first reason is that capital in the draft, and I just don't think there's enough assets to bring him in. And if you do bring him in, you're really depleting what you have. 2 is the whole cancer thing. I mean, he could really ruin a locker room. And the problem with all of that is the Bears, I thought, were so tight-knit last year that if you throw a wrench into that and he doesn't work, that's huge. You know what I mean? That's something that you end up taking a huge step back. And with technically a younger quarterback, I wonder, too, like, how he fits.
I voted.
Okay. And I know you probably voted yes.
I did not. I voted no.
You voted no?
Because, listen, Ben Roethlisberger is a very good quarterback.
Yeah, he
still plays good.
He's a little diva, too, though.
He is a little diva. But Mitch is so team-first, team-orientated, and his personality, I don't see Mitch and Antonio Brown, who is a expressive guy. I think that might hurt Mitch.
Yeah,
and I don't want
right.
that to happen. Would I like to have a number one receiver with his capabilities on my team? Yes, if Antonio Brown could put his personality aside right now, then this is a for sure yes for me.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't give a shit about the draft. When you bring in a game changer,
I think Mitch's like greatest asset from last year, and the biggest asset to the offense, was the fact that they spread the ball around, and I think that's made him a better quarterback. If you bring in a guy like that, I wonder, if he's complaining, in the huddle, hey, I'm open, get me the ball, and then maybe Mitch forces something. And then 2, I think it's easier to game plan when you know that guy needs X amount of touches. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that, like, and I know that's bad, too, because he's one of the best in the league, and you should try to get him the ball as much as you can. But
I also feel like that's not how Nagy's offense doesn't work like that.
Right. I mean, does he fit in something like that? I honestly, too, think that there's just going to be bigger offers out there to where this just doesn't even make it possible anyway. I think that there's probably a team that's going to give up maybe a second, a third, maybe even a first rounder that really thinks that they're close to contending, or just sees it as an asset and doesn't like the wide receiver class that's out right now. So with that said, it'll be really interesting to see how this pans out, because they have to trade him by like next week.
Right.
Because he has like a $3 million bonus or something that he's due.
I was just very surprised at the answer that a lot of Bears fans gave out because, obviously it's very enticing to have somebody of that capability on the offense. But, I'm with you. I don't like his attitude. I don't know what it's gonna
quit
take.
on his team last year.
Yeah,
too.
I don't know what it's gonna take to get him. And I'm really interested in keeping Callahan and Amos, or Callahan and maybe getting Landon Collins. I don't know.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I was looking at Landon Collins too.
We do need a bigger receiver, but I think we could either find one still in free agency or we could draft one.
Yeah, I mean, I also think too that the wide receiver position, while we're losing, I think maybe Bellamy and White.
Yeah, Kevin White's gone for sure.
Yeah, I mean White's definitely gone, but. So I mean, while we've signed, you got Turbo, you got
Anthony Miller.
You're still going to need more than that. And I know Javon Wims is somebody that they're probably betting on.
They're high on him. I wish he would have got a little bit more time. I mean, he could be the bigger receiver that we need.
Right, and that's what you hope. That you really hit on a guy like that. But can you really bet on a 7th rounder? He looked okay in that week 18 or whatever when. Allen Robinson was out and he was running routes. I think he only had like 1 or 2 catches, but he was there. He was out there.
Week 18?
Yeah.
What week is that?
When they play the Vikings.
17.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What was you talking about the playoff game?
No. Well, there's a bye week, buddy.
Yeah, I know. There's only 17 weeks though. 16 games, 17 weeks.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know what you meant though. So it's against the Vikings. Really? I don't remember him playing in that game. I don't know why.
He was out there.
Okay. But yeah, regardless, I just, hopefully he could be good. Hopefully, he could be that other receiver. I just want the
math.
Yeah, math. You've been drinking. You forgot your name. I just want another big time receiver there. But I mean not big time, big receiver.
Yeah. Just somebody for Mitch to lean on in the red zone too. But I think Allen's going to be a lot of that too. And I also wondered too about Nagy's system when it comes to inside the red zone as well. He runs a lot of misdirection stuff and real creative. I don't know if that's like a need.
We do have a lot of options of catching the ball. You have Shaheen, you have Trey Burton, the receivers we just named, and A-Rob, Miller, and Gabriel.
Yeah, there's a lot of pass catchers, but another wide
big wide receiver would be good for the team.
Go to Sports Mockery for Chicago sports news and commentary from those who know it best, the fans.